Hi everyone, so you are welcome to another smashing episode of Importation Podcast. And today we have someone with us, and of course, you know that I don't ever do this on my own, and my colleague is here with me.
82 concept as usual.
So, guys, here we have. Okay, let me allow her to introduce herself.
Hi everyone, my name is Addie Kasali. I'm the CEO of Addie's Fabrics and Jewels by Addie.
Oh, wow, that's a perfect introduction. So, for your information, she's our mentor in our fabric group where we order fabrics and stuff like that. And she's not based in Nigeria, so we brought somebody very special for you today. So we'll have a couple of questions that we'll be asking her, and this is basically because she has been into fabric importation, jewelry importation, and a lot of other importation over the years. And she has actually traveled to the popular country we all know where importation is the boom, China. So we have a couple of questions we'll be asking her, and let's just go, ma'am. How long have you been into this importation business? Because we really like for you to tell us yourself. We don't want to do the talking for you in any way.
Okay, so I've been in importation since 2018.
Wow,
yes.
That's a lot of years.
Yes.
Okay, so do you think importation is a very lucrative business in Nigeria as a whole?
I think it is, but it has to be done right, meaning that you need to import the right products, you need to work with the right, suppliers or manufacturers, and you need to have proper systems in place. Once you have those three, it's very, very lucrative.
Okay, so there's something I want to ask you, talking about being lucrative. For the fact that we've known you for quite a number of years, and going through your profile, we realized that you've been to China for more, like for the ones that I know, I'm sure it's over 3 times. Yes, over 3 times. So now, looking at the fact that you're not based in Nigeria and you've been to China and Japan, other countries, and you also come home to Nigeria. Now, in the next 10 to 20 years, do you think China importation will still be that lucrative?
Yes, I do. China, everybody makes everything in China. Like everything comes from China, even things that you can't even imagine. So, whether it's 5 years, whether it's 10 or 100, China importation business will always be lucrative.
Wow, that's amazing. Did you hear that? So when we start telling you about China, you should know that, yes, we know what we're talking about.
Yes.
Okay, so I have this question again. For someone that has been, that you've traveled severally to China, do you think China importation is a very, is a business that actually makes sense to delve into? Like, I want to do a business, okay, I want to import from China. Then, most importantly, a lot of people would like to travel to China. Do you think it's advisable to just say, okay, you just wake up today and you're like, I want to do importation and I want to travel straight to China?
Okay, so for the first question, which was, please remind me the first question.
Like, do you think it's advisable to go into China import?
Yes,
China
I think it is because, Nigeria, just talking about Nigeria, not even the whole world in itself has over 200 million people, and people will always need to buy certain things, that you can get from China. So I think that at any point you can always delve into importation business and it will be lucrative. Now, in terms of going to China, I don't think you should just wake up one day and say that you're going to China. Before you can go to China, I think that number one, you need to have a customer base, like who are you serving? Then I think that you also need enough capital because you have to pay for your visa, you have to pay for your ticket, you have to pay for the goods when you get there, you have to pay for your hotel, you have to pay for translator. So there are a lot of things that goes into a China trip. It's not one of those things where you can wake up. So, you have to build your customer base first, save up your capital, then you can now think of going to China.
Amazing. Amazing. There's something I'd like to hear from you.
Okay.
Not like I know some answers to, but sometimes you feel like maybe you don't know enough.
Yeah.
So do you now think for someone who has about 2 million naira can actually wake up one day and say, I want to start importation business? From your experience, what do you think personally?
You can start importation business with 200,000. Like, I don't think you need 2 million. You don't need up to 2 million naira to start importation business. But if you have 2 million, of course, but you don't need that much.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. That's nice. I love the fact that you have answered what I actually wanted people to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I just want to ask this,
that's my last question.
Okay.
Personally, like from your own experience so far so good in this importation business,
Yeah.
are there any kinds of like products you would advise people to actually start with? Like, okay, I want to start importation. These are the products I think you should start with. Then majorly, when you're telling them that kind of business, please, I would like you to tell them, okay, this is kind of logistic produce, shipping routes you should use. Yeah.
Okay. So the thing about, let's start with shipping in general. So if you're importing things that are heavy, it's better to go by sea, because at the end of the day, air shipping is by, kilogram, while sea shipping is by volume. So anything that's heavy, it should be sea shipping. If it's light, it should be air shipping. Now, in terms of hot products, I think household items are a hot product. People will always need things in their kitchen, in their home, in their bathroom. I also think jewelry is very lucrative. I mean, because jewelry, you're serving women. To be honest, if you think about it, at least all the women on this earth have owned at least one piece of jewelry. So that's another business that you can go into. I mean, I think that, the general fashion items are also a good idea to go into, like clothes, shoes, and bags, because at the end of the day, people are going to need to wear clothes. They're going to want to look good. So I think that that's also a good area to import from China.
I know that a lot of people see you as their mentor, and a lot of people want to hear what Addie has to say. Now, you mentioned bag business, and considering the fact that you are well connected, a lot of these are Nigeria influencers and all, do you think, deep inside of you, do you really believe that bag business is already saturated in Nigeria today?
So I would use fabrics business as an example.
Okay.
Now, fabrics business, like people say, is saturated, but no matter how saturated fabrics business is, people will always buy fabrics. People will always go to a party. It's the same for bag business. Like, no matter how saturated it is, people will still want to carry bags. It's just how you position yourself. That's what will determine whether you will sell your bags or not.
All right. Thank you very much, ma'am.
So lastly, I would like to add this to it. You could hear me say earlier that she's a mentor in a certain section of the business we're into.
Yes.
So this is to tell everybody that in whatever business you intend to go into, you need someone to put you through.
Yes.
I know we've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. Don't just jump one morning and say, I want to go into a particular, especially when you're starting a huge amount of money. You need someone to put you through.
Yes.
So thank you so much.
And I also want to say that if you want to go into importation, these are your ladies. I am behind them.
Thank you, Mama.
I really love what you guys are doing. It's absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having us. We've heard it all from Addie, the only Addie, our president of Fab Mentoring.
Addie,
There's no other Addie.
I call her Mama.